Bold Position Sports Media Podcast. And as tradition, I'm that dude with the beard. You see Mr. Casey over there. Well, at least a little bit, half of him. He got to slide a little bit more. Boom, there he is. Now you, Mr. Casey, over here on the other side of me, and we're here to talk NFL four. Week four already. It's action. What's going on, Mr. Casey?
Oh, just being hurt here in Florida. Had to take the old backdrop down and change up the scenery here, trying to get a little storm prepared.
Oh yeah, definitely got to be on the safe side of things. I heard that hurricane was dipping a little bit of everywhere. I heard his thing was all over the place.
Yeah, it's a big old fatty.
Mm.
But hey, at least notice. You get to prepare a
Right, for
little bit.
sure. Right, that's the best part about it. Excuse me. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is week four, and we about to go ahead and dive on into some of these picks here. And what better way to start off than to talk about a team that Mr. KC's been high on, and I want to see what he thinks is going on with him right now. It's tomorrow's game, the Jeff Bezos Bowl, Dallas Cowboys versus Vanilla Vic and the New York Giants. Talk to me.
Look, this is what you guys are supposed to call a get right game, right? Like this is what this is supposed to be on the schedule for the Cowboys. Look, they're 6-point favorites on the road. So Vegas is telling you it should be the Cowboys. Only 13% of the public is suggesting it be the Giants. And that's right around that mark where we start getting real nervous. Real nervous. Because once you hit that 10% area, it's on not a lot of betting on the Giants. And I'm not saying it's rigged, but if it was, 90% hit is not a favor for the Vegas.
No, it's definitely not here, but to say the least, I got the Giants winning this game either way. Like you said, it's a get right game. They're gonna continue to get this thing right. You beat Dallas, then you start the streak that you should have been on already. You was just a week late. Come on with them. It's time to go ahead and get this thing rolling, get another dub, get on the right side of things.
And the worst part about this is I can't even call you crazy for this opinion. Like, it's slightly on the bold side, but be honest here, it is not out of the realm of possibilities. The Cowboys have not been clicking, and all of a sudden, we see these New York Giants busting out of nowhere, just going nuts. Going nuts.
Hmm. Yeah. Right.
Right? There's something there. We've seen this Vanilla Vic combination be successful before. This is supposed to be Josh Allen light. This is supposed to be Timu Josh Allen, and we need to like maybe maybe they got that warranty work done or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's looking better.
I don't know, man. I ain't never been a firm believer that Dallas was gonna have it, and this is almost the icing on the cake. I mean, I picked the Giants to win this game anyway when we went over the schedule, so I'm gonna stick with my guns and Vanilla Vic. As long as he's not throwing no picks, and these receivers are playing how they should, which is just catch the ball. That's it. They'll be just fine.
Yeah, I just know I'm picking the Cowboys, but I'm going money line, and I just know that this is scarier than it should be, and it's scarier than the 6 point line suggests. Like I don't it's something I don't like that 6 point line at all. Like this could very well be a very close quick like.
Oh,
Sertan NFL wants to know which sport we do. Sir, we are currently doing the NFL, and that is our primo numero uno. have a birthday, and your name is Nick. Congratulations, Nick. Nice, happy birthday to you.
All
But yeah,
right. Yeah. Mhm.
those Cowboys and Giants could be crazy.
Oh yeah. It's got the effects of to be a real good Thursday night game here. I'm looking more around the world like 27-14 Giants. I think it's a statement game. I think Dallas they can drop this game and maybe still be okay later on, but it's just something wrong with them boys. So
Yeah, and the over under for this is 45 and a half. So you had it right there at 41. And I honestly, I feel like under 45 is kind of the appropriate bet too. Like I really have trouble seeing these teams really being a fireworks kind of show out. This has a defensive matchup about it, in my favor, in my opinion.
right.
What do you and Sir Tan wants to know? What do you think about C.D. Lamb is mad? Like you can't blame him for being mad, right? Like this is a bad formula for the Cowboys. This ain't gonna win. And the fact they locked it up for Dak Prescott for that long is comical at best.
Oh, this is Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. Because is it really all on Dak, or is some of it on CD and them too? Like, there's been plenty of games where we've seen both of them shit the bed. So, I mean, I can understand being angry, but that's what this reminds me of. It's a group effort. When y'all all alone, there ain't no complaints. So you gotta get on the same page. Like I said, that's all it is. Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen over again. Got the potential to be a winner, but you just can't figure that thing out.
Yeah, and I'd like to see the ceiling for CD Lamb be where it was last season, and where I feel like we're a ways off of that. You ain't looking like that couple $100 million man, in my opinion.
Not too much to argue in regards to that, because I mean, my only thing is they pay anybody hundreds of millions now, so it really don't matter. I'm saying, I mean, Jeff Goff, is he too much better than Dak? I would say no. I would even say that he probably is better, not even better yet. I mean, we see a lot of guys get paid, so It's the formula and it's something with the front office because I really don't just think Dak's a loser. He's better than most guys in the league.
Yeah, and it
And
doesn't appear.
his numbers don't say he's bad either. It's just something when they have these really terrible games, they like to put it on Dak like it was all on him. But dude, the offensive line be letting him down. The running game be non-existent most games. So I'm like, I don't know what they expect. You can't address a problem by just throwing money at the only dude who's trying to make the thing work. You need to put some pieces around it.
Yeah, and there's definitely not enough there. Not this season, at least. It doesn't appear like this prime game is going to be a monster one just because. And Sir Tan wants to know what our opinions are on the Broncos and do they have rhythm. I'm going to say no, but we will be touching on them here very shortly. They're not too
Right.
far down the list.
Right. Next game we got here is going to be the first slate of the Sunday games. The New Orleans Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons. And I got the Falcons in this game. I always said that they're the team to beat in the NFC South, and I'm going to stick by the statement Dirty Birds for the win.
What makes me nervous about picking the Dirty Birds, and I'm also going to pick the Birds here, I'm right there with you, is that Saints offensive line does appear to be pretty legit, and I'm worried about how much pressure they can get on Derek Carr that they need. And can the offensive line for the Falcons hold up enough to give Kirk Cousins the time that he needs? I think so. I think they're going to have a little bit
Yeah.
more trouble shutting down that combination of Drake London and all the guys they got down there. I mean, Bijan Robinson
Yeah,
could have a nice. You could turn it up a notch. It's a different defense than last week.
yeah. I think he has a great game. I think Kirk Cousins has a good game. I think at least probably 300 yards passing this game. He has a real opportunity to open it up, and especially for Atlanta to assert themselves as, hey, this is our division this year. We got to take every divisional game.
Yeah,
They only got losses on the road in the
and
AFC at that.
and we're looking at a 52-48 split right now for Saints Falcons. So this is one of those like
Yeah,
you ain't got to worry about Vegas kind of games really. Like this
right.
could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm still gonna pound the Falcons money line though. They're definitely gonna be on my card.
Yeah, and they're only 2.5 favorites, so that money line is still going to pay minus 135. So it's not even money, but that's pretty close to even money, and I feel real nice about the Falcons winning that game as well. And anytime we both
Right,
hit on the same team, it always makes me feel a little more confident betting it. You know what I mean? Like it's
right. Let's see. After that, here we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Carolina Panthers, and I'm gonna go ahead and say the Bengals finally win this game here because I still don't believe in Carolina. I just can't. But I hope they win.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this game because 80% of the public is picking Cincinnati. Cincinnati is 4-point favorites on the road in Carolina. And I'm just saying, what if? What if Andy Dalton can do it back to
Does it
back?
again?
I
That's
and
what I'm saying. I hope he does.
he looked like he
But
could too. He really
right,
looks like he could pull this off. But there's no reason we're picking like do not get, I feel foolish even suggesting that we're picking the Panthers. Like the Bengals are bad,
man.
but damn. But damn. Like I'm just
Right. But
staying
the
away
Panthers
from
got
this
to
game
win.
betting
Can't
wise.
argue with results.
Yeah. And X says the Raiders are so overrated. Look, the Raiders are very man, they Raider it up as much as they possibly can. Let's be completely honest here.
Didn't the Raiders just lose to the Panthers?
Yeah, to the
Okay, then.
Panthers.
That's everything I need to say about Las Vegas.
Got us out here contemplating
You can beat
Andy
the
Dalton.
Ravens. You cost me money on the Ravens game. You can beat the Ravens, but you can't beat the Panthers. Stop playing.
Mm. It's just this is the only way you could be exposed as a fraud is to lose to the worst team in the NFL.
I'm trying to tell you. Matter of fact, let's talk about that game real quick so I can get back on schedule. Let me just jump to the Raiders game. Raiders games are going to be one of the afternoon games, 325. They're going to be hosting the Cleveland Browns. And you know what? This game could end in a tie. This is going to be my boldest prediction of the week. This game ends in a tie because both of them are trash, and who cares who wins?
Mm.
I'm going to say it's a tie.
Such an ugly game. Like this is
It's
such an
beyond,
ugly
it's
game.
gross. I ain't touching it, especially not on my butt slip. I ain't touching it. It's gross.
I'm pretty sure preseason I picked the Raiders, and I'm just gonna stick with that pick.
I did too, but I can't bring myself to say that I can pick them right now. They both look
Hey,
terrible. Look, you know what? But no, as a professional, I will have to stick with my pick, man. The Raiders will win the game. Golly.
yeah, shout out to Trey. He said, "Let's go. I'm back. Nice to see you back in the house."
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to Trey. Trey's a pretty cool cat. And Ulcer Tan wants to talk about the Bills. Let's bring up the Bills. He wants to know if
The
Josh Allen
Bills.
is MVP right now.
Is Josh Allen the MVP? Is Josh Allen the MVP? No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
I mean, beating the
I
Jags
wouldn't think
something
so.
some type of way, right?
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, until they can be somebody of substance, I still don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I'm gonna stick with that, even though they well positioned right now because everybody else is falling apart. Heck, maybe Mr. KC's prediction and his dream will come right, and Aaron Rodgers and them take the whole division. We'll
It's
see.
my last hope.
This is
It's
my
the
last
last.
hope.
Look, it's my last hope at this point. Let's be honest. If anyone's gonna win the East at this point, it's got to be the Jets because there's no way the Dolphins are in contention anymore. So that pick's
No,
completely. All right, I'm already week 3. I already gave up on that pick. It was really
yeah,
like
that
week
thing's
2.
done.
The
But no,
the
I got big trust in the Ravens beating the Bills this weekend because
oh
this is their get right game. Because Buffalo's defense is overrated. Josh Allen, as tradition, is overrated. We've seen Philip Rivers go on these runs. You tell me if he won MVP at the end of the season. So, no, no. The Ravens clean these boys up this weekend, brings them back to reality, puts them in better position to try to be in second place in the North.
Yeah, the Ravens, Lamar Jackson knows what this team is capable of. He knows what this team should be performing at. And he is not pleased with where it currently is, but it is right on the trajectory. And the Bills are a good benchmark test for him. And this is the hardest
Hmm.
team the Bills have played all season. This
Hmm.
this game will tell us a lot about the season for both of these teams in a lot of different ways. It'll be interesting to see what happens. The Ravens are currently favored by Vegas by 2.5 points
As
at
they
home.
should
So,
be,
yeah, so that's calling it, a slight edge for being at home. And
because
let's.
Buffalo can't stop the run,
Yeah,
and big trust in them. They didn't just put up 275 last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a 300 combination this week.
I could see a 3. I
I
can
can
see a
see that
3.
easily. I can see King Henry getting off on these dudes because they ain't got the formula to stop Derrick Henry like we do. We've been able to do it for years. Thankfully we got to play the Titans so many times that we knew how to stop Derrick Henry. You ain't
Yeah,
got that kind of experience,
and Lamar Jackson. Like it's just,
man.
I
Tell it
don't
what
know
it
if
is.
Buffalo. It's going to be a rough day for Josh Allen going against that Baltimore defense. I believe.
Yeah,
It's a tall task for anybody.
yeah, for sure. But I definitely got the Ravens. Big trust in the Ravens. They win this game.
Yeah.
Running it down their throat.
And we're looking at a 55% favorite for the Buffalo Bills. Betting,
Yeah,
betting, betting.
I'm definitely
That's
taking the
betting
Ravens.
public.
Right,
Picking the
definitely putting the
Bills.
Ravens on this week's best slip, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I like that one.
The next game, just jumping back on schedule here, will be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Chicago Bears. And I already picked Matt Stafford and the Rams to win this game because I am not a Bear lever. I think they still miss Justin Fields as of right now. I've been hearing about frustration in the wide receiver room. So I'm gonna just leave things with that.
Yeah, and I'm awfully kind of surprised that the Rams are only 3-point favorites on the road in Chicago. This feels, I mean, the Rams are a little light in the personnel department offensively, but there's the Bears are trash, and Caleb
Man,
Williams is trash. Like, let's just be
man.
completely honest here. We're seeing 48% of the public still on Chicago's side and 52% for the Rams. And I feel like you might get a lot of action moving that line. So you might want to grab that one early while you still can, because I feel
Yeah,
like the
like
Rams.
tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Yeah, that one feels. There's no reason that the betting public should be betting the Bears in this one. I think a lot of people are Caleb Williams believers or dreamers or whatever you want to call it, but I'm not. I'm not in the
Yeah.
camp. I think you hit the nail on the head preseason, calling it a bust, and it's not even looking like a lateral trade at this point.
Yeah, like I know he had a big yardage game the other day. Well, like I said, man, Jamarcus Russell had plenty of them too. We're
Right.
talking about the overall product. Your overall product is not enough to sustain that team and to get them quality wins.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know it's early in the season, but dude, I've hit on so many of these, and I'm not even trying to hate on the dude. Especially as a person, personally, I'm glad you're there. You making your money. You got the first overall pick money. Outside of football, kudos to you, Caleb, for sure.
For
But on
sure.
the
Right.
field, I don't want to hear no more comparisons. I don't want to hear them say he's Patrick Mahomes esque. Tell me he can make the same kind of throws and the same kind of wounds and the wounds and the whams. Like, I'm no. Just stop.
Ugh.
Just stop.
You've got to have
So,
batteries or something. That whole
dude,
formula ain't there. And it could
it
be
ain't
coaching
there.
staff. And that could be exactly what we're looking at for the Rams getting to win because they've got a clearer coaching advantage in this game. And I just,
Coaching advantage, quarterback advantage. I'd even say the running advantage. And they in the wide receiver room, if they weren't so disgruntled, the Bears should be an obvious skill room. I mean, wide receiver room favorite. Just considering who they have, they got some names, but well, Caleb Williams. Like I said, once I seen what Keenan Allen said and during their training camp and stuff, and them live videos, this dude's like, man, every time he's throwing the ball, he's like, bro, he's not putting it in the right spot. It ain't close enough. It ain't this, it ain't that, bro. Complaining the whole time. What makes you think it was gonna change in a few more weeks?
yeah, it don't make no sense to me. It's just, yeah, it's a lot of wish, it's a lot of people have thrown darts on that first round draft board on surefire hits, and it shows you how surefire that number one overall is.
Man, because 2 years in a row, you want to talk about strikeout.
As much as you can. I mean, the only way you do the worst is if you're Carolina.
Man, I would say if you had got a quarterback from this, that's why I wore this hat today. The only way you could have done worse is if you got a quarterback from here, baby.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm.
But every other position though, you might want to go with the Tide. They can get you a great running back, some great receivers, corners, defensive linemen, outside of Reggie Ragland, you know. But yeah, let's see. The next game here, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. And I know Minnesota's been balling. The former Kings of the North. I was always a Viking believer until they got rid of Kirk Cousins. And now that they got Samuel L. Darnold out there, got to give this man a new name, Samuel L. Darnold, man. Uh, they've been on a tear, scoring good points though too. I mean, blowing people out in certain instances. But then again, on the other side of the football, you got Jordan Love and the Pack. The perennial Super Bowl appearance is inevitable. My Super Bowl pick, so you know I'm taking the Packers in this one to go 3-1, even up with the Vikings, make them 3-1. Start to see how that NFC is going to shape out and who's going to be what getting toward the end.
Yeah, and this one is, man, it's crazy. I didn't think this was going to be such a dilemma of a pick. I didn't think it was so crazy. The Packers are 2.5 point favorites in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is saying they're going to win. The
And they don't
public,
even know if Jordan Love's going to play or not yet.
yeah, and to me, that's the biggest asterisk for this. Is if Jordan Love is not playing, I'm picking the Vikings. I'm
I'm
picking the
picking them either
Vikings.
way, Jack. Because Malik Willis has showed he can get the job done, and that running game ain't going nowhere. And the Vikings ain't played no heavy down running teams yet. I'm waiting to see it. That's what I said. All these games got a meaning to them, especially this one.
Yeah, this one's got this one weighs heavy. This one they don't joke around about. But man, just something. If Jordan Love's not there, if Jordan Love plays though, if
But
Jordan
he's
Love,
rumored that he's gonna play though. I'm thinking he's gonna play. Let me go here. So my most recent tab, Jordan Love injury update. We'll see what they're saying as of Wednesday.
yeah, we'll see what the latest buzz is because this one's tough for me. Because if it is Jordan
He
Love,
was limited in practice today.
he's back in practice.
Yeah, he's been back in practice though. So if he's limited today, maybe tomorrow they'll give him a full on spot. See how that work. Friday give him a
Yeah,
full on spot, let him rest the day before the game.
I'm gonna wait to
We don't
bet
see.
this until I know. This will be a Sunday morning bet for me. This
Oh, for
I
sure,
can't
yeah.
at this moment I'm gonna lean Vikings, but if Jordan Love is playing, I will be going Packers.
Yeah, and see, like I said, I'm going to pack either way, so it's still gonna be a tomorrow bet for me. But I can understand why you need Sunday. You ain't where I'm at with the pack yet, but you gonna get there. You getting there already. You the last week, if anything showed you last week, they get the job done.
Yeah, last week showed that you're not crazy for being like one way or the other. We're showing up. Like
Right.
they've been doing it. That's you can't argue against it.
The next game we got on the slate here, the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Houston Texans. And I'm taking Houston in this game because I picked them to win the first meeting between them two. Or no, I didn't. I picked Jacksonville first. Let me look at my list. Hold on. I gotta be honest, folks. I know I picked the split, but I don't want to just tell you anything. Nope, I actually picked the Jags to win that first one through. This was supposed to be Houston's first L to humble them. I even put the note there. But now that they took that L last week, they just dropped two on the road now because Jacksonville has got to win this game. They're in the same kind of situation as Cincinnati. Like if you don't win this game, you can almost kiss it to goodbye.
Bye,
Goodbye.
bye. Look,
Hmm.
I want to be in Jacksonville's corner as much as I can, and shout out to Duval County and all that good noise. But and this is one that makes me nervous because we're seeing 90% of the public picking the Texans.
Oh
And when you get
yeah.
that 10% Jags, that 10% rule is a strong rule because it's like, man, it's so overwhelming that this is how you bust parlays. This is how you destroy a lot of things by letting the Jags win this game. And 6.5 point favorites for the Texans does feel slightly disrespectful, right? Like if we're going to be completely honest, but it doesn't though, and that's the worst part. Is like you can almost justify a touchdown for even
Oh
money.
yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm gonna take the Jaggies. Mr. KC is gonna take the Texans, and we'll see once they battle it out about in the AFC
Yeah, there ain't no money
and
on
move
this
it on
game.
to.
I'm leaving the money away from this one. This just because there's no money to be made on like it's a minus 300 bet. So like there's no money to be made on the money line, and I'm not going to spot the Jags a touchdown.
Yeah, all I do is with that one is I'll take Travis Etienne to score and maybe get over 60 yards because he's the only consistent offensive threat there.
60 yards
And
what?
so receiving,
Oh, okay.
he's the tight
Okay.
end.
I thought you said T Law. I was getting confused.
Hmm,
It's,
got you.
it's like he ain't rushing for those 60 yards. Like, yeah.
No.
I bet the under on that one.
So the next game we got on the slate here, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Indianapolis Colts. And like I said, I stick with my original picks. I'm not going to waver. So I have the Steelers winning this game, of course, moving to 4-0, because I don't have the Steelers losing until they play the Giants. I'm going to stick with that. so, so Pittsburgh streak is safe, ladies and gentlemen, and it's still on, baby. We're going 4-0. Mr. KC.
Upset alert. Beep beep. Look,
Ha!
80, 87% of the public is agreeing with you on
Because
Pittsburgh.
this is a runaway. This is a
It's,
coaching advantage, quarterback
I don't.
advantage, defense advantage. DeForest
Anthony
Buckner ain't
Richardson,
playing.
Jonathan Taylor been bad boys. They've been doing
I
it
know.
out
I
there.
picked him to win last week. I know what Anthony Richardson can do. Trust me. But I
One
know
and a
what
half
Justin
point,
Fields can do.
1.5 point favorites for the Steelers. This has upset
And I
them.
would take that on the and I take the spread on that. Because they're gonna win by more than that. And I take the spread.
I don't know. I feel like this got it. This has the juice. This is it's real heavy. Too much money on Pittsburgh. It's disrespectful.
You want to know why? Because it's one of those bets that you know is gonna win. That's why it's too much money on it. See, this ain't questionable like Cincinnati situation. This ain't questionable like even the Ravens situation in their game. This thing is signed, sealed, and delivered. And I'm telling you, I'm taking the spread, and I'm gonna put Justin Fields to get at least 2 touchdowns. I'm gonna have fun on that parlay because that thing is gonna smack.
Mm, mm. I don't know.
Telling you.
I like that Anthony Richardson anytime scorer too.
Yeah, add that to the parlay. That'll make you more money in the Steelers win.
That still is a winner.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your parlay buster right there.
Sounds like I'm gonna have to go get my bow and arrow, get a little crow ready for you.
Maybe. Well, we're gonna find out Sunday. We'll find out Sunday about 3 p.m. Eastern time. Big folk.
Man, no. And I'm gonna serve it with a nice hollandaise sauce and a couple tomatoes.
Hey, hey, shout out to that. Little deluxe.
So the next game we got on the slate here is the absolutely bottom barrel of the tribe, Denver Broncos versus the New York Football Jets. The Jets win this game easily. Perk Rogers has he's turned my opinion of him around, finding out that he was on perks and stuff all that time in Ohio. I just thought he was out here doing drugs, but now I know that he's probably, and I'm gonna say this with all respect, that he's probably battling something. He remind me of Kurt Angle on his title runs. He's probably real dangerous right now. So I'm definitely gonna pick him to beat the Broncos.
The Jets are 7.5 point favorites. This is the biggest spread of the week. Look,
And they'll cover.
yeah, I feel like they probably will. And if you can bet Bo picks for an interception, go ahead and invite me down for one of those too.
Right. See, this is the one you want to put on the same parlay as that Steeler one. This is how I feel how the Steelers with them Colts. That's how I feel right now. How you feel about them Jets over the Broncos? This is how I feel about them Steelers over the Colts.
Hey, I'm glad you feel that
This thing
confident.
should it should
I
be
don't
signed, sealed, and delivered.
know. Them Colts are dangerous.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah,
I know Pittsburgh dangerous.
I mean,
I know
there's no
you got to
doubt
lock your
about
windows and your doors when they come to town.
it. I mean, that speaks to all of Pittsburgh.
Right. But no, so we both take the Jets, of course, in that game. Moving on here, we have the next game, the Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I have Tampa Bay winning this game. Like I said, I'm sticking with my picks. Baker Mayfield, they get this thing situated from the debacle from last week, and they get a win. Who you got, Mr. KC?
Yeah, I think this will be an interesting game because both of these teams are kind of trying to prove themselves. Look, Saquon Barkley is what leading the league in rushing. That offense is moving the ball. It's a tough one for me. Tampa Bay's messed up and showed me weakness, right? They've shown the possibility. I want to pick Tampa Bay. I think I'm gonna bet Tampa Bay, but I'm gonna go. I think I gotta go Tampa with you, dude. I think
I'm
I'm
trying to
talking
tell you,
myself
man. You
into it.
got to, yeah, stick with your soul, man. Because all that stuff's impressive, but at the end of the day, they still the Eagles. They still vulnerable, and like I said, the teams they beat ain't been impressive. This is their usual mo. They don't beat nobody,
Yeah,
so they gonna lose to Tampa Bay.
and this is another one where the public is it's 27% on Tampa. So we're not in that 10% range, but it's still very, very heavy on Philly looking at this. And it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel, it feels like a trap game for Philly. And the Buccaneers could win this. And they're 2-point dogs at home. And that
Right.
just, eh, let's say
I'm
the
taking
coin
the
flip
money
game
line.
to me too.
Give me the Bucks on the money line
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
because they'll probably only win, maybe win by one and be a field goal, come back. Well, who knows? But I got the Bucks for sure. I got to stick with them.
Yeah, we'll both mark that one down, I think.
Right. Now, this game right here has the makings to be probably one of the best secretly Sunday afternoon. The Washington Commanders versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Hmm.
Both of these teams showing that they can have a semi-prolific passing offense. The defense isn't as pushed around as we thought it'd be, and the quarterback play on both sides has been pretty good. So in this game, I'm gonna still rock with the Cardinals, even though I'm excited about Jaden Daniels and what he's doing. And I'm still gonna be picking the Commanders on different. Like I said, they whole schedule was an asterisk for me. But I had the Cardinals. They're gonna win this game either way because they're at home. Marvin Harrison Jr. They need another dub, 2-2. They're trying to go to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, and I'm going Commanders. I think they've
I don't
shown a
blame you.
lot this year. The Cardinals are 3.5 point favorites at home. So the Vegas is saying there's a slight edge for the Cardinals. But the Commanders have shown they can go toe to toe with any of these teams. And I'm not sure if there's enough there in Arizona to stop the Commanders. Like I like what Daniels is doing. Like I just this Commanders team does have an asterisk next to them. Nobody knows exactly what they're going to be week in and week out and how this is going to go down, but I like it. I think there's enough there to put up fireworks. And the order for this is 50.5. So they're predicting a shootout. This is going to be a shootout down in the desert.
I think it's going to be a great game. Like I said, I got the edge toward the Cardinals. I like their running game a little bit better. But, dude, you know I'm going to go Ohio State in any skill position that's going to be valuable to the game. So I got to roll my boy Marvin, get this thing done.
Yeah, but they got that boy Scary Terry over there with the Commanders, and he's still being a little scary, a little
No, they
out
do.
there.
Trust me, I'm excited about this game thoroughly. I'm a fan of both teams too. Like I said, you remember how we talk about the Commanders all the time. Like I said, all I need to see, like I said, I need to see how Jaden Daniels' game translated to the league. Then I know everything. But one thing I knew for sure that he was going to fare better than Caleb Williams, and I'm gonna stand on that 10 toes again. Like I said, I suppose like there were so many better quarterbacks they could have went with, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, and I think I seen Bill Belichick say the same thing preseason. He was like the best quarterback, and the best one there is Jaden Daniels. Like when
Man,
he
low
said that,
key.
I was like, I listened to all my ears perked up. I was like, huh? Yeah, yeah. Let's
Oh
check it
yeah.
out. Let's see what we're working with. And it
Dude,
appears,
because what's a Bo Nix, man? Are you kidding me? Like who are these other guys? Who the McCarthy? Like I said, you benefited from an asterisk ass season that's under investigation in NCAA. Like, bro, anyway, let me not get started. But Jaden Daniels was the truth coming out the draft, and that's why I said I just need to see how the game translated because he was the most polished, really, in my opinion. He was the most NFL ready, and he's the best runner in the group.
yeah, it reminds you of Lamar Jackson. Like he's got
It,
that touch to him.
he's got that RG3.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably a better
Yeah,
comparison.
yeah, he got that RG3. And like I
Yeah,
said, but like I said, I still hate that RG3's time was before the NFL was ready for it because he was the real prototype.
yeah, yeah. Because he could run and throw really good, and it's just
Man, throw flick the wrist deep ball. RG like, boy, he had it, man. Just, racist coach and he didn't want to put nothing around him. No protection, no nothing. Like, so hey, it's what it is.
yeah, yeah. It's sad to see.
It's crazy to say. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like you got a job in such position, in such a high, the most entertaining, the most exciting thing in America is football. And you're lucky enough to be a coach, and you can't get past some weird shit. Like what is going on in your life? You boy, anyway. That's a whole nother story. That's how you lost Kirko Chains too. Well, I'm saying he don't know what he was doing down there. Yeah, he let two of them slip through your finger.
He said, "Whoever will pay
Anyway.
me, not me, the Commanders, I'll sign."
So the next game we have on here is going to be the New England Patriots versus the San Francisco 49ers. And honestly, I'm going to take the Patriots in the upset here. I hear Brock Purdy's hurt. He's day to day. And if anything I've seen from San Francisco's backups in the last playoff situation, ain't none of them got it. So I'm I'm almost confident, and especially since the Patriots beat you know who, I think they can beat anybody almost. Anybody almost.
Yeah, this is a 10.5 point line for the 49ers. And I'm right there with you. If Brock Purdy's not playing this game, what in the world makes you think the 49ers are going to win? Like,
Man, no McCaffrey either. Like y'all
yeah,
missing a couple pieces. So I felt better if Christian McCaffrey was playing. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, they can still win now. He can go get that 10. You know what I'm saying? He can go get 10, 14, 17 by himself.
yeah, I'm going to put an asterisk by that one. Depending on health, that could be my upset of the week. Like, it's
That's
got
that's
to
the
go
reason
that
why
way.
I'm picking it. Yeah, that's my upset alert. Yeah, pending Purdy news. I put it that way
Yeah,
because I don't think
yeah,
Drake May's playing either way. I meant to look into that earlier, and he's the only other quarterback in the draft that might have been worth talking about. But good night.
yeah. I'm right there with you. Let me check the. What was it? Yeah, and only 7% of the betting public is picking the Patriots. So that one, it just makes you feel better being the only one.
Well, it says that they still prepping them to get them ready to start.
Who's that, Purdy?
Drake May.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't talking about it, but I doubt it happens this week. I read up on Purdy earlier in my off time here, and like I said, he's still day to day. We'll see what happens. Right now, they haven't designated him with anything, and I know he keep trying to practice. So maybe he's just trying to muscle through and show him like, hey, still consider giving me that contract.
Right.
But dude, I'd hate to be a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. You got a history of proving that you don't care about the quarterback position.
Not a drop official.
It's like not a drop. Like, bro, I can't think of nobody since Steve Young who's been treated good down there. Like you Alex Smith, and then you got rid of him for Kaepernick, and then you got rid of Kaepernick, then you went and got what was the boy name who backing up Dak now?
Oh, Trey Young.
Yeah, Trey Young. You shipped him off after 2 games. Hurt. He's hurt. This is the second time he's been hurt too. And so they're gonna be looking at that time. Well, I don't know, Brock. Yeah, we went to the Super Bowl, but then you shot the bed, and then you got hurt again the next season, and you were hurt the season before. Then we couldn't even make it to the Super Bowl, and I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Have fun with that, 49ers.
Man. So shout out to Frank. I know he's our resident 49er. We should get him on here sooner than later. Let's see. Next game we have after that, we have the world champion Kansas City Chiefs heading to Arrowhead West West. And if y'all watched the show yesterday, you already know that I told you Kansas City's winning this game. It was my only spoiler alert for the week. And I'm just gonna let Mr. KC talk for a second because we know who he's picking, but just give him a moment to clarify.
Yeah, and this is one of those rare situations where you see 9% of the public still betting the Chargers, and you say, "Oh, the 10% rule, the 10% rule." Sometimes you got that.
Man,
Might not even have Justin Herbert in this game. Nothing
man,
about this suggests the Chargers have a snowball's chance in God's green earth. The Chiefs are 7.5 point favorites. I don't like the Chiefs trying to cover a spread. It's not Andy Reid's
it's
forte.
not. Don't do it. Always money on the Chiefs. Never take the spread.
Yeah, but that money line feels like a free 25%. It's a minus 400. So if you bet $100, you're only going to get 25. So there's a reason not to bet it just because there's very little value there. But you want to talk about some locks. You
This is
want to
what
talk
you do
about
because Kansas City is the only player prop team. Always pick Patrick Mahomes at 1.5 because he's going to throw at least 2 touchdowns. That's just what he does.
Yeah,
And one day you just got to hope you pick your third leg. You got to pick who you just hope is going to do it. Either Rasheed Rice to score, Xavier Worthy, maybe not Kelsey yet. I don't know what's going on with that. But
yeah.
usually that'd be the one you'd want to pick, and you got a solid 3-leg parlay right there. That's probably going to pan out.
That's a lot of things. Is a lot of people are kind of wondering if it's over for Travis Kelsey because he's had 3 quiet weeks, and I'm just
I
not
just think
fully
he's out
sure
of shape.
about
I just think he's out of shape. He seems slower, and a lot of that's because he's been recording TV shows, touring with Taylor, and all this other stuff, bro. Yeah, he's out of shape, bro. It's almost disrespectful to the team that he's reporting such shape.
Yeah, and you got to know, Chad. The older you get, the harder it is to be in that shape.
Man,
Like let's be honest.
so we still should get the dub. Luckily, we got Noah Gray. We got
Hold
Juju.
on a second. We got unfazed in the house for a second. During the ref era, KC is a safe bet. He said
Sound like
Raiders.
tears running down your cheeks.
Yeah, is that what you said against the Panthers? Look, I
Man,
wanted to congratulate you for getting that Baltimore Ravens pick right. Like that was nice. I was proud of it for you. I was happy for you. I was like, look, we talked about it for 2 hours in this UFC stream about him trying to get these Raiders beating
man.
the Ravens. I didn't believe him. But
And
then,
right. I was just gonna say,
yeah,
and especially, go ahead, my bad.
now we're looking at the old Carolina Panthers, and well, you know. You ran it out of a little bit of steam, huh?
They more than ran out of steam. Kelsey ain't in the fucks to get in shape for sure. Yeah, he need to get he need to get into shape and be ready. But at the end of the day, you talk about the referees and the Chiefs. As many missed calls as they have going both ways, it's just always when because we know how to win football games. The world and the planet was oh the refs are in their pocket. But like if you really boil it down, last game, even if they would have gave them that score, what they would have been up 3 points, and we still have 4 minutes left to go. So you're acting like they would have won the game. The Baltimore thing,
Right.
clearly the dude was out of bounds. Like, what are we gonna just negate the rules of football because the Chiefs are playing and y'all want them to lose so bad? And then in the second game, anytime you hit a receiver before the ball gets there, it's blatant pass interference, clear cut. It's just what it is. Because the Chiefs are the most penalized team in the NFL. Y'all talking about the era of the refs. We get the most penalties. Are you kidding me, bro? Especially for loss of yards. You gotta be kidding me, bro. And we still find a way to win the game. Y'all just hate.
You ran out of excuses, is what it is. You
Man.
can't point to no reason you're losing except for the only reason you can point to is you like some make believe reason. Let me
Yeah.
let me not acknowledge the plays of the game. Let me point up to
Yeah.
this
Let me play it just
excellent.
one moment. Just one moment. Everything else was negated out the gate. Not anything about how y'all team just didn't play good enough to just beat us, win and clear and concise. You ain't worried about that part. You worried about the what ifs. Live in reality, guys. Point blank. Looks like we got another comment unfazed. We plan on rolling the Panthers and got cute with too many changes. Man, y'all sure did, because I don't know how y'all lost to them. And me and Mr. Casey both picked the Raiders this week to win. Because y'all playing the Browns. If you can't beat the Browns after losing to the Panthers, y'all need to hang it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all mess up and lose this week. You're gonna lose any bit of respect I've got for this Raiders team left. Like this is the little thread we're hanging on here. We
Man,
really need you to beat because if you can't beat the worst offense in the NFL after losing to the worst team in the NFL, like,
man,
I'm just done. I'm done. I can't call it.
man. So we've already covered the Sunday night game, Bills versus Ravens. Me and Mr. Casey already picked the Ravens to win in this game. Um, Monday, we have two Monday night games here. It's starting to be the tradition, man. The Tennessee Titans versus the Miami Dolphins. And honestly, man, I'm gonna go with the Titans. It's tighten up season. We talked about it a little bit last night, but Mr. KC was sleeping on it. Now it's time to hear what he got to say about it.
Uh, I don't like this game. I just don't like this game, bro. I just everything about it I don't like. Uh, I hate that it's Monday night. I hate that it's
Man,
these two garbage teams. I hate that the Dolphins are in the position where I need to pick the Titans. And the Titans are in the
right,
position where if they can't beat this damn team, if you cannot beat this garbage ass Miami team, who is only 1 point favorites at home, which is
man,
it's even Vegas telling you that I need to be picking the fucking Dolphins because
man.
I've got a feeling even this team you cannot beat. I'm going Dolphins. I'm not changing my
Oh,
preseason. I just can't. Just all of a sudden, I'm reminded how fucking trash the Titans are. They just
right.
refuse to do
But Tua's
any
not
sort of.
playing.
I can't do it. Like it doesn't. A team with no quarterback can legitimately beat you because you ain't got no quarterback, and you pretend that you do, and you don't. And
Good
everything
night.
about your defense, besides that secondary, is trash. And I don't. The Dolphins don't have to worry about the secondary. They can't throw the fucking ball anyways. So I think the Dolphins are gonna figure out a fucking game plan to run the fucking ball with all these fast fucking guys. Give the ball to Tyreek Hill. All right, just let him. You can't let Snead block him downfield because you ain't got a quarterback to throw downfield to him. All right, just get the ball in his hands behind the line of scrimmage. Negate the bullshit. Let him run. It's not that hard. This is not that complicated. Any team can beat the fucking Titans. Like, I'm just so tired of this
Yeah.
trash ass team.
But
Like,
any team can beat the Dolphins too, though. I'm here. Everything you're saying is what I'm hearing about Miami, because they don't have a quarterback.
true.
The defense is highly suspect, even though they got all the names in the world. The defense is ass.
Yeah.
I could almost argue that the Titans secondary is better. They probably their whole
It is.
defense.
I mean, the
And
problem is they got no linebackers, and the defensive line kind of sucks too. So the problem is like the Titans just a cornerback can't hold a guy for 7-8 seconds. It just ain't happening. You're gonna find a guy open. Now the Dolphins, they got no one to throw to for 7-8 seconds. Like that don't make a fucking difference for that guy.
but I say, but
But
you got to remember though, man. The Titans are. I know they got L's, but they're like the number five defense. I think, but like they're actually pretty good. Like, hold on, I gotta look it up. That's what I'm saying. Like Miami, bro. I really don't think they got a chance. I think it's almost other upset of the week. It's
they really don't even have a
decent.
chance. And the worst thing is
They
you're
are
at
they are they're number
there's
five
both.
in total defense.
The fact that this is a primetime game is almost disrespectful to primetime games.
Hmm.
We got college level football fucking Monday night. No wonder they did 2 games. They were like, we could give the Titans and the Dolphins primetime, but let's schedule a game that someone actually cares about.
Yeah, and that game would be the Seattle Seahawks versus the Detroit Lions. And ladies and gentlemen, if I ain't told you already, or if you didn't know, the Seahawks are going to be perennial playoff monsters this year. They're only going to lose. Well, not they're only going to lose. The last time we'll see the Seahawks this year is in the championship game when they lose to Green Bay. I got the Seahawks in this game, beating the Lions, moving to 4-0, just like I did in my summer picks when I said they was going to go on this tear. Because Gino, don't call the haters back, and all everybody's healthy. Oh, we riding. He sent out the text. DK was ready. I don't see how you can't pick the Seahawks, bro. Mr. KC's gonna find a way. Let's
Oh,
do it.
yeah. You said I can't find a way. Like, I got 37 different excuses over here while I'm picking the Lions. We're going to start off with Jared Goff over Geno Smith by a country mile. By
Yawn.
a country
There's
mile.
not much difference between them. Except for Jared Goff's been fortunate to be on better staff teams than Geno Smith. That's the only difference. Geno had to go through the mud and Jared didn't.
Yeah, because Jared Goff is good, and people wanted him to be successful.
So Geno's not good?
He's okay. He's in the above
He's a
average.
You're disrespectful. I thought
No,
we moved past that. I thought
no,
we
that's
moved past, but I
exactly
see
what
you still
Gino
there.
is. That's
And
exactly what
what? Okay,
Gino is.
so if he's only that, what makes Jared Goff good then?
The ability to throw the ball better. He's a better quarterback, just basically all around. Like for the majority of
You ain't saying
quarterbacks.
nothing. You realize that, right? You sound like the Eminem. You saying the same thing that he said. You're not telling me nothing. There's not much. There's no significant difference between the two, except for Geno Smith's team is better.
I mean, Jared Goff managed to take the Lions to the playoffs.
You acting like the Lions didn't stack up, and they're in the NFC.
It does. You acting like in the history of ever, the Lions being stacked up made a difference in their ability to make the playoffs. Like they've had stacked teams forever and a day, still ain't making no damn
No, they
playoffs.
haven't. They've had Matt Stafford and Megatron for a while. The team wasn't stacked. They had pretty good players, but they never had. Dude, I ain't even about to. I'm not even gonna entertain that. You got to say something else. That's crazy.
He took a
The talent
historically
level,
garbage team.
the '90s, and there ain't a '90s, '80s, '90s Lions roster that's even comparable to the one they've had the last 3 years. Any Barry Sanders team you pick, what this team would be any year.
What?
Like, so let's not say like, yeah, no, like, no, let's not do that. Yeah, please.
I'm just saying he's out here playing Captain Save-A-Ho. He's doing a good job.
Captain come into a good situation. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about?
Like, and he's part of the reason it's a decent one, is all I'm saying. Look, at Geno Smith ain't bad.
Definitely, he played his part, but when you try to make it seem like Gino ain't did the same thing, it's and looking the same, like that's why I have the disparity. Like it's crazy to me.
But to me, I feel like I put them within five quarterbacks of each other. So like I don't think it was very disrespectful to Gino. I felt like it's very appropriate. Like it's not like I'm out here calling Jared Goff, great quarterback, or even really top five. But like if we're gonna go from like 6 to 15, like I think that Jared Goff's probably right about that,
I don't
seven
even
eight range. And I'd probably put
maybe
Geno Smith
10, maybe
right
10 or
around that
11.
10, right around that 10, 11 mark. So
Okay,
I, I don't think there's a huge separation, but I'm
because
definitely
I'm
putting
looking at
Geno.
their last 2 years numbers from when Gino started in Seattle, from when he took over to now. The yards are almost the same. The touchdown interception ratio is almost the same. Like you can look it up eventually. Golf got a few more yards in 23, but I'm just like, there's literally not much difference in their numbers,
But success
and
wise,
Gino's doing it with less.
yeah, less is debatable. I mean, he's got it. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. They just added another dude. I forget his name. I can't pronounce it. He's got one of them
So
names
they
that are
they
hard.
got Mbuka,
Yeah,
who's from
thank you.
Ohio State, my boy, and they got DK Metcalf.
And
Tyler
Tyler
Lockett
Lockett.
is always and will always just be a maybe sometime receiver.
That's fair. But
But when you look at the
he's a
Lions,
legit number two. Like
I'll say
he's
he's number three on there.
maybe now. Yeah, that's maybe now. I'd say that's a strong possibility now. Like I wouldn't say
But
you're far off.
I'm just saying when you look at what the when you look at what Detroit got, they
I mean, they
got
got weapons
Amon
out there
St.
in Detroit
Brown,
too.
Jameson Williams, Caleb Raymond. What's the other dude name who's getting off for him before he got hurt? I think he on injured reserve now, so he don't even matter. I think it's like Tremont Smith or
Oh yeah.
Traquan maybe something like that. And then
Yeah,
the
I
running
mean,
back situation is significantly better. But either way, I got the Seahawks going 4-0
and they
because
got
Gino don't respond to the haters.
and they're sitting there with 21% of the public. So, if you're into that Vegas, that odd conspiracy, that 20% mark feels, that's to me that's pretty strong. Anytime, like we put red flags on 10% and under, but anytime you start hitting like you hit under 30, and you really got to start paying attention, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see. It should be an outstanding game. That's why it's the Monday night main event.
Yep. Unfazed said the Dolphins got a good coach. They'll find a way. Both teams don't have a quarterback. Agreed. Give the ball to Tyreek Hill for the dub. Look, it's the only way. It's the only way the Dolphins got a chance.
They
It's
can't. The Dolphins have no chance. And I'm
It's
gonna
a
say
limited.
this, like I said yesterday, when you need to lock up Tyreek Hill, you call Jerry Stevens, and that's what the Titans did, and that's who's gonna lock him up again. Unless he say that Tyreek Hill can be on parole, I expect Tyreek Hill to be locked up again. But especially because we don't know how the ball gonna get to him. Might be a few picks in there.
And we don't even know if he's driving to the stadium or if someone else is driving.
Man, like, is he even gonna make it to the game? But
Right. Is that
and
guaranteed?
their coaches, he's decent. Now this is where we talk about a good and decent conversation. The Miami's coach is decent, but he's on the hot
But
seat. His job is in turmoil. He ain't done nothing since he got to Miami but raise excitement. And I guess if that's enough for ticket sales, and if it's just about making money, then yeah, you can keep him in there. But if you trying to
yeah,
win, they gonna get rid of him, bro. It's just like Cliff Kingsbury. He gonna be better off as a coordinator because you see what Kingsbury's doing with Jaden Daniels out there.
yeah. And what I would touch on there, look, I'm a fan of I'm a fan of him. All right, he's decent. But one of the signs of a good coach is if you're stuck in a backup situation,
Mike
can you
Tomlin,
still can you still win the game? Can
Andy
you
Reid.
still Yeah, like we can start pointing around the league at guys that are capable of still managing to win a game. And part of it's you didn't go into the season with a good quarterback situation. Like that wasn't wise for you to have nobody as a backup. And then expect to, like, you got to know it's a possibility. I knew it was. Like, it's
Who
fine
all
if you
knew it
want to roll the
was?
dice.
He's the most concussed quarterback in recent history. I would go as far as to say the most injury prone. I ain't seen nobody get hurt more than Tua.
Yeah, and to be honest,
Besides the unprotected RG3.
that wasn't even a knock a guy out hit either. That wasn't
Man.
that wasn't.
They wasn't what Joe Theismann got hit with. None of these dudes who really got clobbered. Like, bro, he almost got two hand touched. And he's concussed.
Yeah, I would say if you put Tua in the early '90s,
Good night. He'd be
late
dead out
2000s
there.
or the early 2000s, like
Could you imagine Sean Merriman hitting Tua?
Ray Lewis,
Sean
somebody.
Taylor coming down on a strong blitz. Take bro, he'd be dead out there.
Yeah, he'd already be out the league.
He'd
Like
be what? Yeah, go on. So I gotta retire, bro. I'm Ryan Leaf. I'm done. I can't do it.
yeah, and sometimes you got to know, man. Like that's the toughest part. I'm sure you want to play. That's what's worse is you want to be out
Man,
there.
you
What do
ain't
we
built
got
for
here?
this, man. You need to be a coach, coordinator.
Yeah, don't think the betting companies aren't trying to stack the deck in their favor by putting out skewed stats to the public. Look,
The eye
they
test tells you that they bad, man. It's either a stat or not. It's the eye test. They look bad. They play bad. We can go as far as talking about last year. They only beat nobody. They didn't beat nobody with a 500 above record.
yeah, yeah, and look, with Tua, it's a clicking offense. Like there's fireworks there. You can be competitive, but you're not going out there with Skylar Thompson, who's the fact that I even know his name is messed up. Like I
Man,
don't. He's not good enough for me to know his name. And when you're so bad, I know your name. That's a problem. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. That's a problem.
man. Hate to say it, but that's just what it is, man. And so with that, that's the whole slate. That is these week. This is NFL Week 4. These are the picks. They're in. Starting tomorrow. Let's do it, G man. Starting off the week.
Yeah, it'll be a decent little primetime game. Little Jeff Bezos bowl.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I got electricity and can watch it.
Yeah, that's what I said. All yeah. Tomorrow's show may be pending. Mr. KC is going to be experiencing some what do we want to call it? Some supernatural and unstoppable forces.
Right.
So we just keep pray him up that he be safe during the eye of the hurricane, and the Most High is always with you, man.
Right. I appreciate that. I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
y'all folks for popping in, watching the show. And
for
like we said,
sure.
that's the gospel. That's the picks.
What he say in the code heads when he's talking? He's talking to you. Are you writing this? This is in the book.
This is in the book. Let
And
me
big
get that
shout out
phone
to you,
tap.
Unfazed, man, coming through with all the good questions and statements and everything. We always appreciate our return folk, man, because we wouldn't do it if y'all didn't keep coming back.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Appreciate you folks. Y'all have a good evening.
Peace.